Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Burning River Browns Talk Monday morning edition. It is 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm here with you live. I am Lou Marconi at L Marconi 251 on Instagram, at L Marconi 1973 on X. This show is a subsidiary of the show is a part of the Fanatical Elves Network, and that is a subsidiary of Fans First Sports Network. I appreciate you joining. Hey, when you get a chance to, please subscribe to Fanatical Elves, like and share, comment all you want. We have good people at Fanatical Elves that put out good Browns content. So let's get started with the introduction here. Just a preview of what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how the Browns are contenders and what I mean by that exactly. And also, there was an article yesterday that dropped from Terry Pluto, giving out some details of the Nick Chubb situation and how we got to where we were from last Thursday. So, and how it benefits both parties involved. And I plan on writing an article about that fairly soon. Also, I could give a little bit of things about the draft that I think might happen and announce that on the 26th, the Friday night edition of Burning River Browns Talk will be live draft watch party of day two with myself and Sherry, who was just formally announced to be a part of Bougie Sports. She's a partner and a friend and a colleague, and I consider her family to do a watch party. We'll have guests coming and going. It's going to be a marathon. It's going to be a marathon episode. We're going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the 26th. I have a guest Friday night. Roger from the Dog Chug will be joining us, talking a Browns talk. He wants to talk other sports as well, including baseball and Cavaliers playoffs. So we could do that with a Friday night edition show. But hey, before I go any further, without any further ado, wow, I'm late into this. We have to make a break for our sponsors. Yes, I have to do. We have bills to pay, and my pretty face alone doesn't pay those bills. So let's pause. All right, we're back. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Okay, let's do this first. Let's talk about Terry Pluto's article, which Terry Pluto is an excellent reporter, an excellent writer, great guy. I've met him several times. He pretty much gave out the details of the Chubb contract. Okay, Nick Chubb, everybody knows, week 2 last season against Pittsburgh, had a horrible, devastating knee injury, took him out for the year. Weren't sure when he was going to come back, if at all he's going to come back. Well, he had 3 knee surgeries, and the last one I believe was November 14th. So he had to repair ligaments in his knee. I think there was 3 of them that had to be repaired. One of them wasn't damaged, just made the injury unique, and there was some cartilage damage as well. So the surgeries were done. They were successful. He's been rehabbing, and people were speculating, and this is mostly national people that were speculating that Nick Chubb was going to be released by the Cleveland Browns because the national people that don't follow the team closely, and really they don't. I mean, you can't blame them. They're not in the city and they're not around the team all the time. They will speculate more than anything. And everybody assumes because of Deshaun Watson's contract that the Browns are going to start cutting players due to salary cap reasons. They haven't done that yet. They haven't had to do that yet. They've managed the cap other ways. And what they did with Nick Chubb was, if they would have released him, none of his money this year, he's due about a little bit over $15 million. None of that money this year was guaranteed. They could have released him and saved $15 million off the salary cap. They didn't have to do that because we were already under the cap. So what they did, knowing that Nick Chubb wants to stay, it wants to be a Cleveland Brown. The Browns wanted Nick Chubb to stay and be a Cleveland Brown. However, a late 20s, he's in his late 20s, he's 28. He had a major knee injury. Okay, the $15 million would be excessive for him. He could have stayed and kept this contract. What the Browns did, they knew the market. Nick Chubb's agents knew the market. If he was released, he'd maybe be able to get $2 million from another team. Like so, if he went to like Washington or Carolina or some other team like that, whatever whoever it might be, because that knee injury. So the Browns offered him triple that amount, which was $6 million, plus incentives in the contract to earn back up to that 15. The, Nick Chubb's betting on himself. The Browns are betting on him. It was a good faith. It was a good faith contract for both parties involved. Some people were trying to spin it as a negative, saying, "Yeah, it means his knee's not right." Well, of course his knee's not right. It's not right yet. It might not ever be 100%. I mean, after something like that, who knows? He's going to rehab. He's going to work hard. We all know that. He's a man of high character, and he's a great human being, and he is a human being. So we'll have to wait and see. I would suspect that they're knowing the people are in the know are knowing that he will be back and could be productive in 2024. I'm guessing week 5, week 6, he can come in and they can work him in. With that involved, some of the draft prospects switching to the draft. I wouldn't be surprised if a running back does get drafted. Could be a later round, maybe an Audric Estime from Notre Dame. He kind of fits the same type of dimensions of a size and speed of an AFC North back. Could be. You could also what I could also see them doing in the second round is if Edgerrin Cooper drops, I think the Browns would take him in a heartbeat, even though they don't really value linebackers that much. But hey, JOK was a second round pick, and he's been outstanding as a second round pick. I think with the right coaching and the right scheme, Edgerrin Cooper could thrive in a Jim Schwartz defense. But I highly doubt he'll be there at 54. If he's there at 54, I'm running to the podium and taking him. There's another guy, Braden Fiske, the defensive tackle from Florida State, would be a great pick, a solid pick at that. I could see later in the third round being available is the Amendeji, if I said his name correctly. See the left tackle from Yale. I could see them drafting a left tackle. I could also see them trading back into the third round to get a third top 100 pick somehow because they got extra picks. They actually made a trade to get an extra pick this year, maybe to package some picks to move into the top 100 for a third pick. Because after the top 100, the talent level drops off greatly in this draft. It's not that deep of a draft because of the COVID and the NIL is like the perfect storm of that draft. So after you get to the top 100, from what I've heard, you're better off getting an undrafted free agent at that point. It's the same level of talent. So the day 3 draft picks probably wouldn't be that good, but you never know. You never really know because sometimes you find a diamond in the rough and you hit a home run on a 5th or 6th round pick, or you do really well with one. I'm going back thinking Donovan Peoples-Jones did very well for the Browns as a 6th round pick. So he was a good player for us. Now I believe he's still with Detroit. So much appreciated on that. So really, that's really what I was talking about, and saying, hey, are the Browns contenders? Look at this draft. Look at what these draft picks are going to be for the Browns. They'll be developmental depth players. Our roster is set. We could take the field right now. Well, with everybody being healthy and contend. A healthy Deshaun Watson, playing very good football. Not above average, not good. I'm saying at a very good level, this team's a 13-win team with that defense and the roster around them. Easily. Think of how close we could have been to contending for the division if Watson didn't get hurt in the Tennessee game. If there's a lot of ifs and buts, we had some things luck drop our way too. We beat, like I said before, we beat the San Francisco 49ers with PJ Walker quarterback, and we beat Baltimore in Baltimore with a quarterback on one leg and one shoulder. We have a good team, folks. We have a contending team. Yes, the Cleveland Browns are contenders. Does that mean we're going to be hosting a Lombardi Trophy at the end of next season? I'm not guaranteeing anything, and I'm not predicting anything. But I'll tell you what, this team should be in the playoffs, and this team, if healthy and luck goes their way, should make a deep run into the playoffs. How about that? What I'd like to see this team do is win the division, get that monkey off their back, win the division. host a playoff game. The atmosphere would be electric at Cleveland Browns Stadium. So that just about does it for me today. I want to let you know Browns are contenders. Nick Chubb staying for another year, possibly long term as well, based on how this year goes and how yeah, lots can change between now and then. But he's here. Okay. And we could talk more about draft picks later as the week goes on. But I'm just giving you an idea is what I think. I want to let you know it's a Monday morning. I appreciate you. I appreciate the views. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate everything about you guys. Hey, just remember whenever the river burns, it always burns brown and orange. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow morning.